Hello and welcome to another yoga studio. I am Kat, for those of you who haven't been on the mat with me before, and it's lovely to have everybody here with me today for a little quick wind down yoga session. So obviously this is something you can do at night time before you go to bed, but any time in the day when you're feeling a little bit stressed and you just need to chill out. It's going to include one of my favourite poses, which is Viparita Karami, or legs up against the wall. So you will need a flat space, a wall, covered door to put your legs up on, or even just drape them over the seat or the end of a sofa or an armchair. So before we get started, I'm just going to apologise if sounds like there's a lot of banging and background noise going on today. We've got builders, electricians going right upstairs in the room above me. So if you're picking up some extra noise for our wind down class, that is possibly what is going on. All right. Okay. I'm just going to realise I've got my chain on and might not be the best thing to have hanging around. A couple of the exercises we're doing, so I'm just going to move that out the way and free myself up. So we'll just take a couple of breaths to ground ourselves, help the body to take that wind down process. So find a comfortable place to sit. That might be on your couch, it might be on the floor, maybe you want to sit on a beanbag or a cushion. And it doesn't matter how you sit, you just want to be able to sit. Close your eyes, let the hands rest on your thigh or on your lap. And start to notice the breathing. So just going to take a couple slow breaths. So as we go, we're going to try and breathe in for 3 counts, hold the breath for 4 counts, and breathe out for 5. And we're going to do that 3 times. So breathe in for 3 counts, hold it for 4, breathe out for 5. I won't count, I'll let you follow the breath in your own counting. So breathe in for 3. You can breathe out through your nose or your mouth. We were doing 3 breaths. When you're ready, you can open your eyes if you want, and we're going to come round onto our hands and knees. If you don't feel comfortable on hands and knees today, just recreate this movement with your back as you sit on your chair or on the floor, and we're going to breathe out. Make a C shape around the spine back, and then breathe in, arch, and bring the spine forwards, the chest forwards. So breathing out, rounding up, breathing in, arching back the other way. So getting the spine to move, creating a little space through the body, just releasing that little bit of tension as we move it. So we're going to do that one more time. And then come back to a neutral position. Walk the hands in. Come round to lie on your back. So if you can, come down towards the floor. And we're going to have a little twist. Again, if you've got some issues getting up and down towards the floor, you can twist with your upper body on the chair instead. So we're going to breathe out roll the knees to the right. Breathe in. And then breathe out. Excuse me, I'm just sneezing quietly to myself there. Breathe out, roll the knees to the left. Breathe in. Pause. And then breathe out, roll back the other way. If you want to bring some movement in with the head, you can roll the head one way, knees the other. So if you've chosen to stay in a seated position, whether again it's still on your chair or on the floor, we're just twisting through the upper body. Same idea, breathing out, twisting one way, pausing, looking over the shoulder, and then breathing out, twisting the other. So we're looking to combine the movement and the breath. That helps to create that meditative feel with the movement. So take one more twist to the other side. And then bringing the knees back into the center, we're going to squeeze the knees up in towards your chest and hold it here. If you want to just add a little mini rock of the knees, you can. Keeping the eyes closed or reclosing the eyes. Picture the back of the body melting, spreading towards the floor. As we release the tension in the back of the body. Again, if you felt the need to stay on a chair while you do this, take a couple of couch cushions, or maybe if we've got a blanket or a throw that's rolled up on the side. See if you can roll over those, support the body, and just allow the upper body to relax forwards. So you've got a little bit of support, and we're just going to round. We're going to see if we can let the back of the body stretch and round itself forwards without having to force it into anything. Okay, release the knees down towards the floor. And then we're going to roll around onto your front. So we're resting on the elbows. So the weight's coming through the belly, the hips and the thighs. Now you've got a choice with the head. We can either allow the head to bow slightly and look towards the hands, or we can look a little way out in front. Now because we're thinking of a wind down session, we're not making this a big Sphinx pose. We're really pulling and stretching through the front of the body. We're not being particularly active with it. I mean, you can if you wish to, of course. We're going to keep it quite relaxed. So we get more of a subtle stretch through the front of the body than a really big sensation active stretch. So again, if you've decided you wish to stay seated, we're going to lift the chest up. Again, you don't need to look up with the head can stay down, but just think of the chest opening up a little way. And if you've got the back of the chair there, you could take a little rest the shoulder and the head back for a little bit of support behind you if that felt good. Okay, and then push yourself back up and away from the floor. And we're going to come to finish with that legs up against the wall pose. So we want to come round onto your back. I'm going to do it with an imaginary wall for a moment. So that you bring, as you spin yourself around, you're going to try and bring your hips towards the wall, and then we stretch the legs up. Your legs don't have to be straight. If it feels more comfortable to, if you can imagine the wall is there, and come away from it and have a little bit of space from the wall, you can. And like I say, there's absolutely no reason why you can't do this even laying on your couch, having your legs over the side, the chair of the sofa or couch, or over the back of what you're sitting on, or come down towards the floor so that your legs rest on the seat of the chair. So I'm going to bring myself up so I can come next towards my wall. So it will take a little bit of shuffling. And something else, actually just seeing this here, I'm going to add this on in, but so if you want to grab a cushion, or if you have a bolster or anything like that, and you want to put it in underneath your hips, we can create just a little bit of lift of the hips away from the floor so that the hips become a little bit higher than the heart as well. That can sometimes help to increase the feeling of relaxation, but obviously if it doesn't feel comfortable, don't use it. So once you've settled yourself in your chosen relaxation position, we're going to let the arms either flop to the side or bring one hand onto the belly, one hand towards the chest. And we're going to come back to that breath that we used earlier, where we're breathing in for 3 counts, holding the breath for 4 counts, and then breathing out for 5. So we're breathing in for 3, holding for 4, exhaling for 5. And again, I'm not going to count the breaths for you, because if I'm counting too slowly, that can actually feel quite panicky, because you're being made to hold the breath and breathing quicker than or slower than you feel capable of. Or I might be going too fast and actually you want to slow your breathing down even more. So we're going to find our own rhythm. And this time we're going to take 5 breaths. So breathe in for 3, hold for 4, breathe out for 5, and we're aiming for 5 breaths. Once you've taken your 5 breaths, and if you're still working your way through them, no rush, keep breathing in your own time. We'll let the counting go and just come back to resting here. Hopefully you notice the body feeling a little bit more relaxed. So you can stay in this position for as long as you want, or maybe you actually want to move to that more formal Shavasana position where you're lying on the mat or on your bed. If you want to come out, stop the video and just move on to wherever else you need to go, whether that's somewhere in your day or actually into bed itself, if you've done this just before going to sleep, we are going to slowly walk the feet away from your wall, your cupboard, your chair. Roll yourself round and then slowly take your time. Push yourself up to a seated position for a moment. And no worries if that didn't feel very elegant. There was nobody is watching, nobody cares. Find a comfortable seat, wherever that is, or stand up if you prefer. We are going to breathe in, reach the arms up. And then when you're ready, breathe out. Hands are coming down to the center, bowing your head to your fingers. And we'll seal our practice in together with Namaste. Well, I hope that short little session has helped to wind the body and the mind down, and you feel a little bit calmer, your energy feels a little calmer. Apologies if some of the noise in the background was a little less than relaxing at all, but it is one of those things we all have to work around it sometimes. And I will see you again in the future, so hit the subscribe button now so you'll see me again. Okay, bye.